On Valentine's Day, 2003, in the quiet farming town of Millbrook, Michigan, a blizzard buried more than just roads, it buried the truth. Sarah Chen, a 23-year-old nursing student, was last seen at 9:47 p.m. She'd just returned a borrowed coffee mug to her elderly neighbor, Mrs. Elena Vance. Wrapped in her red winter coat, she stepped into the storm and vanished. 47 minutes later, her boyfriend, Derek Martinez, called 911. Sarah never came home. And when he searched their rental house, every door was locked from the inside. The deadbolt Sarah had installed after a string of break-ins? Still engaged. The chain on the back door? Intact. Windows sealed. Phone charging. Textbooks open on the table. Even her half-finished bowl of tomato soup sat cooling on the counter. It was as if she'd disappeared from a locked room, in the middle of a snowstorm. Deputy Wallace arrived to a house frozen in time. Sarah's presence was everywhere, her scrubs draped over a chair, vanilla candles still burning, but she was gone. Outside, her footprints led from Mrs. Vance's porch and stopped abruptly, just 15 feet from her own front door. Not faded. Not covered by snow. Just gone. For months, the case baffled investigators. Was it a boyfriend's crime? A staged disappearance? Or something darker? Derek was questioned 17 times. He passed polygraphs, though they were inconclusive. He had no alibi, but no motive either. Meanwhile, false leads poured in: a woman at a gas station in Bay City, a nurse in Chicago, even a sighting in Wisconsin. Each turned out to be a mirage, leaving Sarah's mother, Linda, more desperate with every dead end. The town fractured. Some whispered Derek was hiding something. Others wondered if Sarah, stressed by school and family expectations, had simply walked away. But Linda knew her daughter. Sarah didn't vanish. She couldn't. Years passed. The case went cold. Then, in 2019, 16 years later, a breakthrough. Forensic scientists retested fabric fibers from Sarah's red coat using new DNA technology. Buried in those threads was a partial male DNA profile and traces of a commercial-grade soap used only in hospitals and government buildings. Detective Jimmy Sullivan, who'd inherited the case and quietly obsessed over it for years, cross-referenced the clue with old witness lists. One name rose to the top: Robert Bob Vance, Mrs. Vance's nephew. Bob had been at his aunt's house that night, helping with the storm. He'd even joined the early search parties. A respected handyman. A church usher. A man everyone trusted. But Bob also worked as a maintenance supervisor at the county medical center, the very place that used that soap. When confronted, Bob's calm facade crumbled. After 3 interviews, he broke down. "I never meant for it to happen the way it did," he whispered. "Sarah was such a sweet girl. She didn't deserve what I did to her." He confessed he'd followed Sarah home under the guise of helping her through the blizzard. Inside the house, things turned violent. She rejected his advances. A struggle. She hit her head. It was an accident, he claimed, but he panicked. He staged the scene, locking the doors from the inside, slipping out a basement window, and carefully erasing his own tracks in the snow, while leaving Sarah's footprints untouched to create the illusion of an impossible disappearance. He even studied crime shows to learn how to avoid detection. In April 2019, Bob Vance was arrested, 16 years after he'd comforted Sarah's grieving mother and walked the same fields pretending to search for her. But one question remains unanswered: where is Sarah? Bob described her final resting place only in riddles, where the old oak watches, near peaceful water. To this day, her body hasn't been found. Sarah's case is a haunting reminder: sometimes the most dangerous people aren't strangers in the dark, but the ones who bring you soup when you're sick, and wave from their porch in the snow. If you're watching this, share her story. Because in small towns like Millbrook, the truth doesn't just hide in the shadows, it hides in plain sight.